Today is February 12th, 2020. We're going to head out to NASDAR, pick up some supplies, and then come back here to the shop. So as most of you know, I think we mentioned earlier that we are a new screen printing business, just getting into this. And I think one of the hardest things to do is to stay focused. There's not a lot of business in the beginning, and that's the hardest part of, how do you get clients? We see it all the time on YouTube, and it's not easy, but it's not impossible either. I think it's just a matter of really just sticking to it and, every day just working harder and harder at it. Coming up onto the E Lounge where Bruce Springsteen played. Right there. So here we are at NASDAR. We're going to go in, get the supplies, and come back out and go to the shop. So today's video, I want to talk more about the operations of running your own shop. As you know, or as you may not know, we are a new screen printing shop, just opened up about 2 months ago, I guess. And what this video series is going to do is it's going to follow us along the journey, as we progress. So I'll say that the easiest things are purchasing the equipment and getting the materials. So that's pretty straightforward. There's nothing much to that. From there, once we ordered that, then we started to work on a website. So we needed to hire somebody, and that took a little bit of time finding the right person, the right fit that we felt understood what we were trying to do and the appearance that we wanted to give. But once we got that, and we're pretty happy with, the outcome of that. However, he was strictly just for websites, and he did not work with SEO. SEO is search engine optimization, if you don't know. And it's sort of a tricky type thing because it's hard to get clear data on, whether it's working for you or not. And it's very expensive. So the person that developed our website, he knew someone in the business that did SEO, and I spoke to him, but he was, their starting rate was $500 a month. Well, it's a new shop, and, new shops can't do that. And so I do think that SEO is important, but there's things that you can do. You can do your Google My Business page, and keep up with that, make posts to it. You can do the Instagram, your Facebook, and link all those things together. That will help build a presence. Something that happened to us by mistake was Google Ads want you to run, ads on their site, or they'll set things up for you. So inadvertently, they started running ads that I didn't realize that we had said go ahead to until we were like $620 into it. And all of a sudden I saw this thing that their ads were running, and I was like, I didn't set up any ads. So I just deleted the whole ad campaign. And, I've talked to people at Yelp because they always want you to come on and, run ads for them. And I really don't think for a new shop, It's getting the word out. It's telling your friends, family, everyone in town should know that you run a screen printing business. The other things that you could do is you could get, and we're about to try that right now. We have the signs, like yard signs, that we're going to post out and around the community, and see if that does anything. So, so with advertising, most new shops don't have an advertising budget. Just like management software, Printavo or Inksoft and things like that. At $200 a month, again, a new shop just, they're not equipped to be able to do that. If you have the pockets and the funds to do that, great, but I still don't think it's necessary to have a management software if you're doing, 3 jobs a week. So, so balance those things out. But like I said, so the main thing you can do in this time period, as you're working on getting your name out there, is getting all your processes down. Once you have the equipment and, you're fooling around with it and learning how the things work, make sure that there's a flow to how your system's going to run. So if the customer calls up, what's it going to look like to them as they go through the process within your company. So I'll go back and I'll say, so the equipment that we purchased was, we got the 6.6 Thunder press from Anatol, which is all arms down. We also bought their 2333 Arura LED exposure unit. We got the CCI washout booth with backlight that can hold 2 screens. I think it's 48 by 24. We got the Ryonet dip tank for 6 screens at a time. The Vastex LilRed 3D or 3XD dryer also came from Ryonet, and that is a fantastic little dryer. It works great with plastisol or water-based. Trying to think what other things did we get. I think they were the main big pieces of equipment, racking and things like that, we purchased. Comes time for inks. So we started out with plastisol, and I would say that's a good way to start. I think that just buying quartz makes sense. Of some of the stock colors that you think people would order, I think we started out with maybe 8 or 10 quarts of stock color and a gallon of only the white and the black, because we figured we'd use that the most. And then later we did get a small sampling of some of the water-based inks and tried that. I will say, for water-based inks, depending on where you're at, we're lucky. We're in, along the coast in New Jersey, so humidity is high. That's favorable with water-based inks because they don't dry out in your screen. If you're in a place where there's high humidity, you may want to test and work with that, because you may need to add humidity into the area where you're printing. So some of the other things that, as far as the cleaning materials, the pink stuff, which is our dehazer degreaser, the emulsions, we use Sati, textile, PHU. You don't need to add anything to it, and it's good for both water-based or plastisol inks, and we've had great success with it. The scoop coater. Now, the screens that we use in our shop are 23 by 31, and we do have a few smaller screens that we use for left chest logos, or small things like that, where we don't want to burn a little tiny image on a big screen and waste all that emulsion. So we have a few little screens. I'm not sure what their size is, maybe 20 by 24 or something like that, or might even be smaller. So the scoop coaters, from your inside diameter of where you're actually screening the inside part, we just go 1 inch smaller than that, and that gives you a nice coating over the entire screen. I'm trying to think what other things we have. So you'll need, spatulas. You'd need the pink stuff. As far as the screens go and meshes, we had gotten the sampling of 110s, 156, 180 maybe, 230, and 280. I think that 110 you don't need many of. The 156 and 230, or is our wheelhouse, and maybe 280, that's what we do the most with, and that works great, again, with plastisol or with water-based. So that's just it, that in a nutshell, just to kind of, give you an idea of some of the things you would need, some of the things that you're going to be up against. And if you have any comments or questions, concerns, or, have come across things that I'm not mentioning that you want to know more information of, please leave a comment, ring the bell, subscribe to this video, and follow us as we go on this journey of, running a screen printing business. Thanks for watching. Here's a quick recap of some of the equipment we have in our shop. Hope you enjoy. This is the Vastex LilRed X3D infrared dryer that we use in the shop. The Anatol 6.6 Thunder all arms down press with the laser guide. The Anatol Arura exposure unit. The black flash dryer. Here's the Ryonet dip tank and the CCI washout booth.